Now, moving on to the most crucial incident which happened in April 1919, where ever since the world has never forgot the history of Indians. See, in April 1999, many of the people have come forward, they wantedly came forward and started to think and concentrate on the issue of this Satyagraha movement. And many of them decided that they are going to support Gandhiji by participating in the agitation. As the agitation, though there were certain kind of restrictions, like it was restricted only to the cities, not much into the village areas or the other places. But as the situation progressed on, a week later, after Gandhiji initiated the movement of Satyagraha, that is on 13th April 1919, the government started to suppress the movement with the iron hand. They started to kill the people, they started to destroy the people, they started to harass the people whoever are ready to participate in the Satyagraha movements. During this period of time, on 13th of April 1919, the Jallianwala Bagh incident has happened. The Jallianwala Bagh incident is very famous because it is not famous because it's great, but it is a tragedy which happened on the Indian land. It's like it's a meeting which is gathered here on an initiative of Satyagraha movement, where it was gathered at a ground and the ground was filled with the people. Mr. General O. Dyer, the in charge military officer or the police officer at that point of time, he saw the gathering and he wanted to teach a lesson to the Indians in a brutal way. He ordered all the police people to gather near the gates and close the gates and open fire where the ground has only one opening, and the police started to fire through that one opening and kill many of the people who are coming close to the gate to escape. So now, as the people were in thousands in number, they started to move here and there, and when they were moving here and there, a lot of stampede happened. In this stampede, many of them have died and many of them lost their body parts, many of them got injured, many of them dead bodies were there, many of them lost their hands, many of them lost their eyes, many of them lost their legs. In this process, he killed thousands of people and many thousands of people were damaged or like they met with an accidents. These all were done with only one man's order, that is Mr. General O. Dyer's orders. This was a tragic incident which happened on 13th of April 1919, which listening to this Gandhiji felt a shock and he felt very bad, and immediately he restored to stop the movement of Satyagraha in order to ensure that people are safe. But Rabindranath Tagore also expressed his views in a book called Knighthood, where he brings out the entire picture of the Jallianwala Bagh, a tragic thing which happened on the Indians who are demonstrating peacefully, who are rallying peacefully, who are conducting their meetings peacefully. They were not at all disturbing any point of the society or any government officials or anybody. They are completely in the non-violent method putting their words by gathering there. They are doing fasting, they are doing Satyagraha, and they were never ever questioned any of the authorities of the Britishers. They were just conducting a meeting without disturbing the society, but the Britishers tried to interpret them and spoil the entire scene. This created a lot of anger against the Indians towards the Britishers, and it also started a movement to break Hindus and Muslims. But Gandhiji always stood on a single stand that India is a land of Hindus, Muslims, Parsis, Sikhs, Jains. India does not belong only and only to Indians. This was a stand made by Mahatma Gandhiji and the call given by Mahatma Gandhiji to be united against any kind of situations or the circumstances. Gandhiji also fought the Khilafat movement. What is this Khilafat movement? We will see next. Now moving on to the Khilafat agitation. Khilafat agitation is an agitation which was started by Gandhiji. Actually, the Jallianwala Bagh incident was happened, but the people gathered there only to discuss or to have a meeting regarding the incident which happened in Turkey. See, it's like for the entire Muslims, we have a religious head known as Khalifa. This man Khalifa was the ruler of Turkey, the Ottoman Empire. He rules the Ottoman Empire. The Britishers occupied the Ottoman Empire and made a harsh treaty and make him very less. His powers are completely reduced and made him very less. So this humiliating harsh treaty was made by Khalifa to sign this, which also states that the holy places of the Muslims are going to be in the hands of the Britishers. Where most of the Muslims in India also started to feel that at least the holy places which are in existing in the Ottoman Empire will remain under the control of the Khalifa. So to oppose the view of the Britishers and the bill or the act or the treaty which was made them to sign by the Khalifa brought them that we have to start an agitation against this. So in 1920, Britishers made the Turkish Sultan, that is Khalifa, to sign this treaty. So as the people were very furious and they want to attack the British government, at that point of time, the Jallianwala Bagh was a place where they have gathered to discuss the future plans and the initiative and the programs which are going to happen, which turned into a dangerous massacre of Mr. General O. Dyer. These all are the major things which happened. So Muslims, holy places were at least requested to be under the hold of the Khalifa, who knows the religious value of Islam religion rather than who does not know anything about the Islams much or Islamism at all. So now Shaukat Ali and Muhammad Ali started the non-cooperation movement against the act or the action of the Britishers towards the Khalifa. That is why it's known as Khilafat movement. It's against the movement. It's a Khilaf means against. So it's an against movement done. So Gandhiji also supported the non-cooperation movement which was started by Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali, and he also made that Punjab wrongs also have to be discussed thoroughly and highlighted. Then only people can understand what's happening in the nation. Swaraj, he also in 1920, the entire Congress leadership got changed. Mahatma Gandhiji was entitled the leadership of Indian National Congress, and he also made the plea or the petition that Swarajya can be attained only in the all legitimate and peaceful views, and non-cooperation would be the weapon of fighting against the British, and there would not be any kind of violence activities which are going to be turned out. So in this way, the people started to join in hundreds and hundreds towards the Gandhiji's non-cooperation movement. Gandhi's non-cooperation movement gained a lot of moment as per the time goes on, because teachers left the schools, students left the English medium schools, colleges, students started to stop going to the colleges, they stopped going to the works, the high sounding titles were handed over back to the British authorities, the lawyers, the merchants, all these people started to move from their traditional businesses or which provides profit for the British, and they started to start the traditional works, the Satyagraha schools or the national traditional schools, and they started to have the Charaka spinning mill in every house to make the country a self-reliant. This made national non-cooperation movement into a national movement where everybody started to respond to this. But let us see some of the examples. In Guntur, we have one example. Then we have another example in the Kadapa region, and we also have one more example in the Uttar Pradesh region. What happened of these three causes? They were able to meet their success or not? Let us find out all these now. Now, moving on to the incidents which happened at three different places, which shows us how did people got connected towards Mahatma Gandhi. Let us see here. First example, Guntur is a district where we have a place called Chirala and Perala. Government want this land or this place to be get converted into municipality so that they can impose more amount of tax on this land and acquire more amount of profit for the administration. When the government started this kind of movement, 15,000 people vacated the lands and went on to various places, other place where they can't turn it into a municipality, led by Mr. Duggirala Gopala Krishnaya and refused to pay the tax. They also gave a statement that Gandhiji's Swarajya is going to come and the rule of Britishers is going to end, so we need not pay any kind of taxes. And the people were successful highly because of the strong united nature. Gandhiji never visited this place, but the influence of Gandhiji was felt in the corners of India, that too in Andhra region. This gave the strength for the people. In this case, we have one more case in Andhra region, the same Guntur district. That's the region of Palnadu region, Palnati Taluk, where the people, especially, they never listened to the forest officers. They forced the people to listen them and openly claimed that Gandhi Raj is going to come and the British Raj is going to end. And these two incidents clearly gives an example for us that Gandhiji's influence has reached to a very high level. And moving on to the third example, Pratapgarh in Uttar Pradesh, where the people of the Uttar Pradesh experiences themselves to feel that Gandhiji's influence was there on them, and they fought for their independence of their salary hikes and all, and they claimed that it was the achievement of Mahatma Gandhiji and not of their personal wish. See, Gandhiji is sometimes viewed as a person who is going to come and fight for us when we are in trouble. When we are in misery, he is going to come and explain for us, and he is going to come and give the necessary things for us. When we are fighting for the landless things, Gandhiji would come forward and fight for us by standing in front of us and then provide us some certain piece of lands for us. Sometimes even people restored themselves to the activities which Gandhiji never ever wished to do so. Even sometimes we have seen people taking the Gandhiji's name and claiming the Gandhian ideologies and moving on towards the attacks and the revolutionary movements or the Naxalite activities where Gandhiji has never ever wished to do so. So Gandhiji's policies started to show their influence on the common man, and people started to use the name of Gandhiji for various purposes. What happened after 1920? What are the various movements that moved on? Let us see now.